आज विश्व संघ शिविर की इस उद्घाटन सत्र में हमें आशीर्वाद देने यहाँ उपस्थित हुए पूज्य गोविंद देवगिरी महाराज जी और परम श्रद्धेय दाजी जी, इनके चरणों में नमन करता हूँ। ऑनरेबल शिविराधिकारी श्री बनवारी लाल पुरोहित जी, all elders and senior adhikaris and karyakartas of the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh from Bharat and Hindu Swayamsevak Sangh and other organizations world over, and dear Atma Swarupi Shibirarthi sisters and brothers, very hearty greetings to you all, and a welcome, Suswagatam, to each and every one of you to this Punya Bhumi, Dharma Bhumi, Bharat. It is indeed a great pleasure for me to be in the midst of you at the inaugural function of this 7th Vishwa Sangha Shivir being held in this vast, serene and beautiful pious campus of Kana Shantivanam of Bhagyanagar. I deem it as an honor to be a part of this global meet. It is not an exaggeration if I say that I am one of those few who are present here who had the great fortune of attending all the 7 Vishwa Sangha Shivirs, starting from 1990 in Bengaluru and the 7th being held here in Bhagyanagar. My hearty greetings for the and best wishes for the success of this Shivir. May it positively achieve more than its declared objectives. We have been coming together again and again after a certain time of intervals, every 5 years once, barring last year time, that is what 2020, as Saumitri ji said, because of the pandemic we could not. And feeling the sense of family, feeling the sense of sons and daughters of this great Punya Bhumi Bharat, to take inspiration to spread the message of this holy land, as just now revered Swamiji has said, to all parts of the world, and also to understand what we are and what we have to do as individuals and as Swayamsevaks and Sevikas. Dear sisters and brothers, just now we were listening to the electrifying speech, the Margadarshan by Pujya Swamiji. It is a great opportunity to listen to him. I cannot make more comments on a subject like dharma, than the authority who is on the dais. As it has been told, the theme of this Shivir, Dharme Sarvam Pratishtitam, from the Mahanarayana Upanishad. Just now we heard the chanting by our Swayamsevaks. And what it contains and what it gives as a message has been beautifully explained by Swamiji. And Bharat is called the Dharma Bhumi, the Punya Bhumi. I am not going to add much to that, but while he was speaking, I was just also thinking on those lines, the expounding of Dharma. Years ago, in a meeting, a public program on the campus of Bangalore University, I was listening to a professor who is well known by his writings, Professor Balagangadhar from Ghent University of Belgium. And his subject was about the present situation and the way ahead and what Bharat can do. In his speech, he said one thing which I remember and I should repeat it here. The greatest contribution that has been made to the humankind by the land of Bharat is the concept of Dharma. As Swamiji said, this term Dharma is non-translatable. But the concept can be explained, but it will be unending. You go on explain and explain, but still something remains. And it will be unending. Because it is such a concept, as we were listening to him now, that it engulfs, encompasses everything that is in creation and goes beyond something. Atyadishtat dashangulam. Dharma sustains, Dharma upholds, Dharma nourishes, Dharma balances. So this concept of Dharma, which is unique, as I said, I was in the religion and Dharma he was in. And Swamiji gave the example of the universal knowledge about science, the physics or the chemistry or the so on, how they are common. Just he was, I think you remember now. See, the religions are like the various vehicles of different models that we have. There are very many cars and other vehicles. And those vehicles are being used by us. We drive them because we want to reach some destination. So I may have a car of a particular brand and you may have another car of another brand. You may have Innova, I have Tesla, you may have BMW, you may have something else. The colors may differ, the make may differ, the brand may differ. So they are all your religions. But each and every one has to follow the traffic rule. That is Dharma. Just because I am driving a BMW, I cannot say I break the rule. or you are having Tesla, that is why you need not follow that. Dharma is universal and it has to be followed by everyone, instead, irrespective of your brand of religions and sects. That is the message of Dharma as explained by Swamiji. Hindu Dharma. Why this adjective? If Dharma is universal and Dharma is to be practiced everywhere, why we should call it Hindu Dharma? Because it is Manav Dharma. Nowhere in our texts it has been said as Hindu Dharma in the olden times. The very word is Hindu is a later addition to the thought processes and to our literature and texts. Better and better. And just think of an example. If an object falls, it has to reach the earth, and the center of earth, that is gravitational power. The apple, if it gets detached from the tree, it will not fly out, it will fall down. And it reaches the earth. Actually, it is attracted by the earth, and we call it center of gravity. And this gravitational was, in the modern science, discovered by Isaac Newton. The apples were falling even before the birth of Newton. It is not that he made it. He only discovered what is the truth behind it, what is the science behind it, what is the rule behind that. So this is a natural law that an object, if it is detached from that, it falls down. It is the natural law. But this natural law is discovered by a person, his name is Newton. And that is why it's called Newton's law. Actually, it is natural law. But we all know it is Newton's law. In the same way, it is Dharma, which is Manav Dharma, because the Hindus have expounded, they have said how it should be practiced, what it all encompasses, what are its dimensions. The Dharma has been explained, explored by the Hindus. That's why it's called Hindu Dharma. And they have experimented upon it. They have practiced it for thousands of years. At the individual level, at the collective level, at the family level, at the national level. And they found it is universally truth everywhere. And as Swamiji said, there can be Apad Dharma, there is Shashvat Dharma, there is Yuga Dharma, the perpetual Dharma, and the contextual Dharma. So the Dharma has so many dimensions, as Swamiji said, the 10 virtues, attributes, or the values, Dhutikshama Damosteyam, Chautam Indri Nigra, Dhir Vidya Satyam Akrodo Dachakam Dharma Lakshanam. These 10 values, the courage, the forgiveness, the self-control, abstinence from stealing, hygiene or the cleanliness of mind and body and speech, manasa, vacha, karmana. Indriya Nigra, the control over senses, the dhi, the intellect, the awareness, the alertness, vidya, the knowledge, and discrimination, that is the discretionary knowledge, the wisdom, and satya, the truth, honesty, and akrodha, that is freedom from anger. These are the great virtues, and nowhere it is said how you should worship, who should worship, what you should do to worship. It is all religious practices and rituals. That is why Dharma is another part of rhythm. Rhythm is the ultimate thing. And it gets expressed in two ways. One is in words, in speech, that is the truth, satyam vada. And in action, if the ruta is to be manifested, that is through dharma, dharmam chara. Satyam vada, dharmam chara. Speak truth and follow the dharma. Practice dharma. That is why preserving, protecting, promoting, and practicing of dharma has been beautifully developed for thousands of years by our forefathers, the Hindus, in this land. And they spread that message through words and deeds, through speech and action, which we call the culture and civilizational values, to all parts of the world, without conquering anybody, without destroying any culture, without disturbing anybody, without paining any person, without any bloodshed. And this has been possible. And today's world, at crossroads, the humanity which is passing through painful time requires that universal dharma, the Vishwa Dharma. That's why in the Prarthana, in Sangha in Bharat, and elsewhere in the world in the Vishwa Prarthana, the word dharma has been mentioned. In Bharat, in dharma, the Sangha Prarthana, Namaste Sadavatsale Matribhume, there is only one dharma is expressed. Vidhayasya dharmasya samrakshanam. In order to protect the dharma, we are organizing the society so that Bharat Mata reaches the pinnacle of glory, Param Vaibhava. Vidhayasya dharmasya samrakshanam. Once. But in Vishwa Prarthana, the dharma is 4 times the word. Vishwa dharmaika mulaya namost matmane. Vishwa dharma vikasartam prabho sanghatita vayam. Vishwa dharma prakashena vishwa shanti pravartake. Krutvatsa dharma rakshanam. And the 5th one, Vishwa dharma ki jai. So 4 times in our prarthana, and at the end, Vishwa dharma ki jai. In Bharat, we are saying only once dharma. That means the world requires 4 times the dharma than what is there in Bharat. So that's why Swayam Sevak and Sevikas living in different parts of the world who come here to get recharged, to spread the dharma 4 times wherever you are living. Again, with love, with affection, with seva. Not imposing. Not creating any pain. Without hurting anybody. That's why the Swayam Sevaks, anywhere in the world, are the ambassadors of this dharma and of the dharma bhumi. It has to be practiced. Swami Vivekananda, he said the dharma is not in theory, not in talking, not in books, not in preaching, but it is only in action. Dharmam chara. But in order to practice this, one is through education and sanskara in the families. And the society, the dharma is to be practiced maybe through religion, religious practices, temples, gurudwaras, etc. or through seva. But the Swayam Sevaks and Sevikas are created through the Sangha Shaka to become these Dharma Vyaktis. That is what we call Vyakti Nirmana. Character building. The character is Dhritikshama Damosteyam. The 10 Lakshanas, the characteristics, the virtues, the attributes, they are to be created in every individual. That individual character has to be molded. And for that, the shakas are conducted. The shaka is coming together in order to see the goodness in the other, to appreciate the goodness in others, to join those goodness, and thereby we multiply our goodness. As it is generally said in our Prashikshana Vargas, A square plus B square, you all know. A plus B whole square is A square plus B square plus 2AB, the additional thing. So we can practice those things at home, in my family, while sitting. The same thing what happens in Shaka. But when we come together, that plus 2AB is the additional value that we get. The importance, the significance of organization coming together, thinking together, and working together. Thereby, that bonus 2AB is the surplus value for the society. That is the uniqueness of the Sangha work. It is the Samohika Karma Yoga. And in different parts of the world where the Sangha Swayam Sevaks have been organizing themselves and thereby organizing the Hindu society, is not to create any different note in those societies, but to contribute, but to make the societies better, to set an example before the world. So that is the message of Sangha work. That is the mission of the Sangha. And the vision of Dharma and the mission of Sangha, they are inseparable. So that's why the individual character, the personal character in each and every person, it is to make oneself a better human being. But that is not enough. For every human being, there is another aspect of life, that is society. So we have to see that there are others, human beings, other creatures, nature. So I have a duty towards all of them. Because in my development, all these units and creations have contributed something, played some role. So that is I have a debt to repay. I have a runa to discharge. तो इसलिए कर्तव्य को निभाने के लिए, ऋण को चुकाने के लिए, we have to have, in addition to the individual character, a societal nature character. Sangha Shaka creates that. So Samohika Karma Yoga results in creating the twin goals, that is the individual character and the societal character. So you don't live for yourself. You live for others also. So this paying back to the society, is the unique thing that we do through Shakha, which is again the message of Dharma. All the texts, all the gurus, all the great people, all the vibhutis, all the sannyasis, all the social reformers and philosophers, they have emphasized this repeatedly, that every human being has to discharge this duty towards others. Sevahi paramo dharma. So that's why the Ramcharitmanas says, Parahita sarisa dharma nahi bhai, parapida sama nahi adhamai. Parahita is the dharma, the well-being of the others, serve the fellow beings. We can do it individually, no doubt. But when you do it collectively, its result is multiplied, its beauty is more, and you get newer ideas. So that's why Hindus are to be organized everywhere in different parts of the world, not to show their strength, not merely to manifest the strength or the power of a Hindu society, but to show how a person or a people who spread the message of Dharma, they behave, they live. That's why our forefathers of this land, they declared, Etad desha prasutasya sakachad agrajanmana, swansam charitran sikcheran prithivya sarvamanava. People of all over the world, from different parts, please come here. Learn the character. Learn how to live. Learn the dharma. Because it is our duty as the elder brothers and sisters to teach you how to live. That's why please learn that. We are not here to conquer the lands. We are not here to destroy your wealth. We are not here to impose some religious ideas on you. We are here to serve the humanity. So this message has to be practiced every day. Otherwise it becomes a shallow message. Otherwise these great ideas of Dharma remain only the words. A society has to practice it. The Swayam Sevaks will do everything to practice this Dharma. In order to practice, you have to protect, preserve. When we practice, it gets promoted. So that's why the Swayam Sevaks, who are active in those societies in different parts of the world, are not to just organize themselves for some club activities, for funds, for entertainments, or some religious activities, or some cultural programs. They are all important, no doubt. One can do that. We may do that. But at the same time, a greater ideal, a universal message, a duty towards humanity, that has to be inculcated in every society. For that, we have to show the model. Unless one does himself or herself, has they no moral right to preach others. Be and make. That is the message of Sangha. That is why every day, every week, we may have to do that. Sangha Swayam Sevaks who are active in different nations and countries. They have a duty towards host nations and host communities. Not just speaking the greatness of Bharat and discussing only about Bharat's affairs is not expected from Swayam Sevaks. What we can do being here in this country, how we can serve the people there. So that's why we ourselves have to become better and better Swayam Sevaks and Sevikas. That individual dharma has to. Then they will have to pay back to our mother society, the Punya Bhumi Bharat. And there is another duty towards the host society, host community. Although we think of the entire world and humanity as one family, the daily experience is the society where we live in. Through that, we have to see the whole world. One can't experience the world at once. So that's why through our society, our community there, I have to see the rest of the world. As it is said, through the human beings, you have to see the Almighty. Because every human being is a part of the Almighty, the Creator, the Brahma, the Atma, Ishvara. That is why every society where we are there is a small miniature world. Serving humanity or being a part of the world family is possible when we act that way where we are living. This is the vision and the mission of Sangha. Sisters and brothers, on this occasion of global meet, which is called Vishwa Sangha Shivir, is the Sangha Shivir. That is why it is Sangha. What is vision and mission of Sangha? We have to understand it better by coming together here, sharing the experiences of all. This Sangha Shakti will increase and our understanding will be better, it strengthens, get heightened. And this is a Shivir. Shivir is a small, miniature world family. So that feeling of oneness, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, has to be experienced in the short period of 5 days here. For the purpose of Vishwa, where we have to make Dharma established, and that Vishwa which should be founded on Dharma, based on Dharma. So that's why every activity here in this Shivir will have to have this needle of compass. So that is towards that goal, to make the Dharma Pratishtha and experience the Vishwa as one family, and that is why I am here in Sangha. So I become Sangha. I have entered into Sangha. Sangha has to enter in me. And when Sangha enters in me, I become Sangha. So that's why, as Maharshi Vyas said, I have been shouting, raising my both hands. Artha, Kama and Moksha all are possible through Dharma. But nobody is listening. Even Maharishi Vyasa is crying. But here we are, the inheritors of this Dharma land, Dharma Bhumi. We are here not only to listen, but also to practice. Not only to practice, but also to make it happen in every part of the world. And that is the mission that the Sangha has given us. Let us try to live up to that. May your 5 days stay in this Shivir be a memorable one, maybe enriching one, and also may your stay in those countries where you are living be useful to the humanity. And again, visit this Punya Bhumi, Dharma Bhumi to Bharat, get recharged, and make the world one great family. Namaskar.